There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA on campus is their story.
Hi everybody, I'm Stacy Paetz and welcome to NCAA on Campus. Our story today takes us to the University of Delaware, where the women's basketball team has been ranked in the nation's top 20 for the first time in school history. A big part of the team's success, Elena Delle Donne, who leads the nation in scoring with an average of over 29 points per game. Elena is a Delaware native, but her college experience has included a couple of detours. With the story, here's the quarterback on the school's football team, Tim Donnelly.
Thanks, Stacy. We're here on the green, which is looking a little white today on this wintry morning at the University of Delaware, home of the Fightin' Blue Hens. Our school traces its beginnings all the way back to 1743. So far back that 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence are Delaware grads. And in 2008, a Delaware grad became Vice President of the United States. Joe Biden and his wife Jill are both alums. We like to say our school is located halfway between Los Angeles and London, and in 1923, UD was the first American university to have a study abroad program. Our football program has won 6 national championships, and the 2007 and 2010 teams finished as runners-up. And that 2007 team was quarterbacked by Joe Flacco, who had a pretty nice run this season with the Baltimore Ravens. But all the excitement right now is happening in the Bob, our Bob Carpenter Center. That's where our basketball teams compete, and that's where the center of attention is Elena Delle Donne.
The atmosphere that we have here at Delaware with the fans and everything like that is phenomenal. So to compete in this atmosphere is something I absolutely love doing. Our goals are first to win the NCAA title. We haven't done that. And then obviously to get a postseason win. We haven't done that either. And if we're in the NCAA tournament, that would be really exciting to get in there and see what we can do, because you know, anyone can do anything in the big dance, so we'll see what happens if we get there.
Things in Delaware are great, but before Delaware, Elena was the most highly recruited female athlete in the country, and it was not a pleasant experience. She decided to play for the women's basketball juggernaut, that is the University of Connecticut.
The whole recruiting process was not fun for me. I didn't enjoy it at all, and I didn't think about what I wanted out of a college. There were a lot of phone calls, and at that point the texts were a little too much, and I'm glad they did get rid of the texts for the high schoolers. But it wasn't the NCAA, it was myself and not knowing what I wanted out of college. And being that young and being in high school, it's difficult. You're not really sure what you want. I just thought I'm going to go big, and I picked UConn for that reason, knowing that they were going to be phenomenal, win national titles. And when I got there, I realized that family was far more important than championships or anything else. So I decided to come back home and figure things out and pick here.
Home is Delaware, and the center of the amazing Delle Donne family is her sister, Lizzie.
Lizzie is my older sister. She's both deaf and blind. She's never spoken a word or heard a word in her life, and she's phenomenal. She's my inspiration. Without physical contact, I really have nothing with Lizzie. We can't speak over the phone, we can't Skype, we can't email, so physical contact is all we have. So if I was away, I wouldn't have had Lizzie, and she wouldn't have had me. Lizzie has matured me beyond my years, and you learn from a young age that it's all about Lizzie and what she needs. It's not about me. And you know, as kids, you see other kids who are kind of a little bit selfish and a little egocentric. You're not like that when you have a special needs sibling, and it's just something you learn. It's all about them.
There's no doubt that every day, day in and day out, there's challenges for the Delle Donne family. But, you know, Elena takes it all in stride, and she's just so proud of her sister. And, you know, when her sister and her friends from their school come to see the games, Elena's always over there, first one to see her, first one to give her a hug. You know, it's just so unique and touching. I mean, it really is. I mean, the love that they have for one another and just the entire family. They are very close, and that's the reason why Elena came back to Delaware.
Whatever I can do to help her, I'll do. She's matured me. She's put my life into perspective. When things are hard, if I go around Lizzie, my life is not hard at all. The battle she faces is something I'll never see in my entire life. So she's an angel, she's so strong, and she's my inspiration.
That inspiration has helped make Elena the top scorer in the NCAA since the start of the season. She is also 4th in the nation in free throw success, 19th in rebounds, and 20th in blocks. She's 6'5", but plays more of a guard position for the Blue Hens, but the individual stats mean little to Elena.
Ever since high school, where You know, there was tons of attention on me, on scoring, things like that. I decided that focusing on personal goals isn't so much fun, and the team goals are what makes this sport fun. So that's all I'm focused on, are the team goals. If I score 2 points and we get the win, I'm way happier than scoring 80 points and getting a loss.
You don't find a 6'5" center who can really play any position on the floor, and that's what Elena can do. She can handle the ball, she can shoot the three, she can create her own shot, taking people off the dribble. And I think that there is no other post player that can do those types of things as effectively as Elena does it. Her basketball IQ is very high. She picks things up very quickly. You know, she's a coach's dream from that standpoint.
Elena is one of the toughest competitors I know, and it's very evident in the midst of games as well. She'll pull everybody together and just tell everybody how much we need this and how much we want this, and we really need to prove it and show it out there on the court.
The future for Elena holds the hope of competing on the U.S. Olympic team and perhaps in the WNBA. Her skills will take her far from her Delaware home, and she's ready for that. Eventually, she hopes to combine her love of basketball and working with children.
She's absolutely one of the best student teachers I've seen at UD. And I've been here for 28 years, so she's well versed in all kinds of interactions with children. And when she works with children, they just love her. There's something innate that kids have, and it's just something they're born into, teaching. And I think maybe Elena's relationship with her sister had something to do with that.
My passion is basketball, young children, and people with special needs. So if I can find something to combine all those three, we'll see where that takes me. Being away at college has helped a ton. I don't live at home, I live on campus. I'm away from my family. I've learned how to spread my wings without them. I mean, obviously they're close, but I have learned to separate myself. And I know that going on to the next level, the WNBA, whatever I want to do, I'm gonna have to separate a little bit from them. But home is always Delaware, and I'm always gonna find my way back here.
Thanks, Elena, and good luck to the Blue Hens this season. Before we end this episode, let's hear from the NCAA president, Mark Emmert. It's time for Ask Mark.
Hi, Dr. Emmert. I'm Christina Taylor here from Shippensburg University, and I'm a senior on the Shippensburg field hockey team. Now, I've had a blast here the past 4 years, and I'm only wondering why we're only allowed 4 years of eligibility.
Christina, I've always found that one of the biggest problems with the college experience is it ends far too soon, and I'm sure that's the way you feel as a student athlete. But the eligibility for scholarships and for participation in the NCAA has really been established to try and promote student athletes graduating and moving on to the next phase of their life. I'm sure you'd like it to continue a little bit longer, but we put those rules in place to promote academic success and to encourage student athletes to pay attention to finishing up their schoolwork and their academic eligibility at the same time, and then moving out into the professional worlds or graduate school.
Thank you, Dr. Emmert, and thank all of you for watching. Log on regularly to NCAA.com for more stories about the men and women who make up the NCAA. Until next time, make the most of your time on campus.